Alrighty y'all, welcome back to yet another video. So today we have a new mod for the Yamaha R9, and what we're going to be doing is removing these ugly ass stock mirrors and replacing them with some stealth winglet mirrors. This is a mod that I do on pretty much every bike that I get. Initially I was thinking about getting some block off plates and just covering up this mess, but I figured the winglet would make this bike look so much better considering we have winglets on the body itself. That's one of the signature designs of the R9, and I think pairing it with some additional winglets would make the front end look a lot sharper. Now before we continue with this video, make sure to drop a like and a comment below to boost the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So this is what I picked up. I got this on Amazon. It's off-brand, nothing special. I used to have Rizoma mirrors, which are the signature winglet stealth mirrors, but they're super expensive. They're like 400 bucks, and these were about 70 to 80 bucks, which is significantly cheaper. And if you guys have been following the channel for some time, when I had my R7, I initially put on some knockoff winglet mirrors and it looked absolutely horrendous. Hopefully this time around, we're not gonna run into that issue. If we do run into that issue, then we have to take them off. Supposedly, these are a little better. I saw some Amazon reviews and it looks a little bit more proper, where it's actually straight rather than being like upwards. But just looking at it so far, if I just kind of line it up with the body, it looks proper. You know, it does kind of angle down a bit. These stock mirrors kind of flare upwards. So these should be more sort of straight, if you will, which is exactly what I'm trying to go for. These mirrors have some turn signals on it, as you can see right here. So we do have to disconnect the electrical connection for that on both sides. And the way we're gonna do that is remove this cover here, and it'll reveal the connection, which I can actually see right down here. So once you disconnect that, there are two 10mm bolts holding this mirror in, and then we can pull it off. There are actually some push clips down here. There's one up top and there's one on the side. And after you get those two out, this should lift up. All right, so the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna reach in here, get my fingernail and just pull on the center portion and then pull it out. So that's what it looks like. Pop that out. Okay, and now this should lift up. It's a little difficult when you have that in the way, but kind of have to play around with it. There we go. Get that out the way. There's a single cable coming out right here. It's a gray cable. So this is what we need to disconnect. I'm gonna use a trim tool. Hopefully this helps me get some leverage on this clip. We have the cable here disconnected. It does seem to be tied up a little bit. So let me just push this back. So there we go. That is the single connection. So now we have to remove the two 10mm bolts back here. Just crack that loose. All right, I got one hex nut off. Put that aside. Got the second one out. So I'm gonna just wiggle it out of here. Make sure to feed this cable through. And we are good to go. Alrighty, so something I noticed is that it has these little metal rings in here, which we do have to get rid of as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pry these out. Just like so. It's just these little metal rings or spacers. You do want to leave the rubber piece intact because we're going to be reusing that. Top one here. And let's go ahead and test fit our new mirror, aligning it with the holes. It is angled a little bit upward. I do notice this base here does kind of overlap on the fairing a little bit. But that's the thing with a lot of aftermarket stuff, it's not going to be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the center bolt. So now we should be able to maneuver this a little bit. So it seems like it actually doesn't swivel. So it just basically removes the plate from this. So that's not even an adjustment. So I'm going to just leave it as is and I'm going to tighten it back down again. But let's just slap this on real quick and get the bolts through from the bottom. Alrighty, we got one side in so far. Let's peel the plastic off and check that out. It doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit further up than I would like, but honestly, it's really sturdy. Now there is one thing to note is the bolts that it came with did not actually work. So I had to change the bolts to my own. So the bolts that came with the new mirrors look like this. They're like a very long silver bolt, but these are way too long that it just ends up protruding or it just rattles. So I ended up using a universal fairing bolt, which is significantly shorter. So that is just something you have to keep in mind. This is about an inch. This is about half an inch. So you definitely have to use a much shorter bolt. Yeah, kind of unfortunate that this kit had so many issues, but yet again, aftermarket, what do you expect? They said it was for the R9. However, it clearly doesn't seem to be for this bike because, I mean, the bolts go in, the holes match and they line up, but in terms of how it fits, if you look carefully, this sits over the edge. It's not aligned with the body panel, and you can see a gap here. So look at that. There's a bit of a gap over here. It doesn't follow this circular bit, but if you're looking from afar, it looks fine and it's really sturdy. Let's test out the swivel action if this works. Okay, that works. It looks pretty normal to me. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bust out the other side real quick and see how this thing looks when it's all complete. All right, so that is what it looks like when it's all buttoned up together, and honestly, they don't look too bad. And the build quality and materials are honestly superb, but it's just that fitment is the issue. Personally, it doesn't really bother me too much. I feel like you can hardly notice it. And if I just hop onto the driver's seat, this is the view that you have with the two winglets on the side. If you want to fold them up and get some visibility, you can do that as well. Check that out. I doubt they're gonna give you any sort of visibility, to be honest, but I did get them for the sake of aesthetics. I'm not really using the mirrors for what they're meant for. Yeah, it really sharpens the front end, pairs really well with the winglets on the fairing kit, and honestly, it doesn't look out of place because if you look at the fairing, this angles downward a little bit. It's not completely straight, so if this goes down and that goes slightly up, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, let's get this thing on the road and see what it's really like out there.
Right, so now we're on the road, and I gotta say, the mirrors honestly look really damn good. It actually looks straight from my perspective, which honestly it works out. So yeah, I would have to say that the install of this aftermarket mirror set has been a success, despite having a little bit of fitment issues. You know, the bolt situation, I mean, that was easily sorted out with some additional bolts I had laying around. But if you were to buy this kit and you don't have extra bolts laying around, then you're kind of screwed. Luckily, I carry a whole bunch of bolts with me. They're actually just a normal fairing bolt, so you can literally just take a bolt out of your own fairing and put it in there. It'll work. I do want to see what the visibility is like though, so let me just prop it up. Yeah, just absolutely horrendous. You can't see anything with it. They're also like super blue. Like, I guess it's just for like high beam blocking or like dimming, if you will. So yeah, I don't think these mirrors are functional in any way. You know, I'm pretty sure they're just really meant to be put down for aerodynamics and for the style. I mean, the stock mirrors too barely gave you any visibility. I feel like motorcycle mirrors in general don't really offer much of a view anyway. But I will say, the only mirrors that, in my experience, actually work are the bar end mirrors. I used to have bar ends on my R3, and they actually gave you a lot of visibility of your blind spot. But yeah, these mirrors, they're not functional at all. I would say that they're more of an aesthetic piece if you just want that winglet style for that minimalistic kind of stealth look. And that's kind of what they're designed for, and that's the whole hype around the whole Rizoma mirrors too. In terms of the price that I paid for it, it was like 80 bucks. It was kind of pricey. You can find mirrors like this for literally $20, $30 on eBay. But the reason why I spent so much is because I was hoping, since I'm going with aftermarket, that the more I spend, the more it'll fit better, if that makes any sense. But at the end of the day, they're all the same thing. I just pretty much got ripped off. You know, the cheaper ones, they still work. Like, it's not going to be 100% fitment, but they will suffice, right? The quality is pretty good. They look great from the driver view. I'm pretty satisfied with my purchase because I would have spent $500 on getting the official name branded version, which looks pretty much exactly the same, but you're paying 5 times, 6 times the price just to get that slight better fitment. Anyways, it's been your boy RickyMoto. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.